Hey y'all, it's Wade. So today I want to discuss a line from A Course in Miracles. And if you're someone that considers yourself a practitioner of transmutation, alchemy, forgiveness, emotional processing, shadow work, emotional clearing, energetic clearing, healing, any of these things in that way, if you feel like the resolution of the darker content that arises in your experiences to be processed and healed and forgiven in that way, whatever way you form it. If you understand what's really being said here in these lines, this changes the game tremendously, right? This is where the resistance to this type of shadow work and forgiveness and healing comes from. This is it. So this comes from A Course in Miracles, chapter 1, section 4. This section's called The Escape from Darkness. So, the escape from darkness. The escape from darkness involves two stages. First, the recognition that darkness cannot hide. This step usually entails fear. All right. The recognition that darkness cannot hide. What does that mean? It cannot hide. That means it's going to be seen. It's going to be found. It's going to come up in your experience where you're face to face and it's brought into your awareness because it cannot hide. All right. This step usually entails fear. Why does this step entail fear? Because you have validated the darkness. You've given it credence. You believe that it is powerful. You believe that it has power over you, that it can destroy, corrupt you, maim you, lead you off track, lead you astray, bind you, disturb you, harm you, make you small, limited, be at the effect of it. I keep going and going, but you get the picture. So that's why it entails fear, is because you believe in the shadow. You've validated the shadow, and the recognition, we see what we usually try to do is hide the darkness. The recognition that darkness cannot hide is a very paramount step. Right? It cannot hide. It will come up, and more you will validate that through your own experience. This is why people talk about looping cycles. What you resist persists. It's going to continue to show up until it's healed, because it cannot hide. Cannot hide. Bottom line. So it usually does entail fear. You don't need to fear your fear of that either. All right. So, second, the recognition that there is nothing you want to hide, even if you could. This step brings escape from fear. Wow. So, second, the recognition there is nothing you want to hide, even if you could. See, and oftentimes, even people that are fairly advanced, you might get new levels of content that come up in association with, deeper, darker material, vast collective connections, whole, demonic scopes of, terror and what seems to be going on in the world of form. Or maybe this is associated to your past life connection where, everybody likes to think there was some noble being in a past life. Well, odds are good. There's a lot of us here. And in my own experience, a lot of us, we're here because, we didn't quite, do everything right. We didn't forgive everything. We might have dabbled in the darkness and a lot more than we have any idea and imagine. But, so that, you don't want to hide that, but this comes up because that first step, it entails fear. You still have that fear in association with the darkness. You still try and want to hide that. So this is why the second step is so important and paramount, Because there is nothing you want to hide. You don't want to hide that. You want to see that. You want to see the darkness. You want to see the depth of your shadow and underworld. You don't need to fear that. It does not have any power. Any power. You are the light of the world. You have the Christ and the whole angelic host beyond your wildest imagination and some that supports you and is there to show you and assist you that this means nothing. Now, this is the gospel. This is the good news. That's it, bottom line. And that's why this step brings escape from fear, because you don't want to hide that. You want to see and show yourself that it holds no power over you, that you are not condemned, that you are free, that you have condemned yourself through your own belief in validating the darkness and continuing to give it credence just through validating that fear. All fear is illusion. Walk through no matter what. Great, my favorite Zen saying. Take you all the ways, what I was told and taught. And it will. Because that's the truth. All fear is illusion. Walk through no matter what. All right. So it says, when you've become willing to hide nothing, you will not only be willing to enter into communion, but will also understand peace and joy. You know, this is why people get so confused and get so down going through this like shadow work, and this like the way that it shows up is like, oh no, oh my, because there's still this resistance, right? There's still this validation of the darkness as something that must be fought, cleared, that has power, that you're still subtly resisting on whatever level. You're still making that real into something that could threaten you. Nothing can threaten you. You are the son, daughter of God, the one infinite creator, prime creator, source that is the one that has maintained and established the law of the one that cannot be threatened, that knows no threat, that all beings serve, whether they know it or not, or try to resist it. That's that. That's it. So I'm going to read it one last time in its entirety and maybe just let it soak in. The escape from darkness involves two stages. First, the recognition that darkness cannot hide. This step usually entails fear. Second, the recognition that there is nothing you want to hide even if you could. This step brings escape from fear. When you have become willing to hide nothing, you will not only be willing to enter into communion, but will also understand peace and joy. That's it. So let's enter into communion together. Thank you. Peace and love, y'all. Bye.